What's going on, guys? Aljan here with FlytPath.com. Now that you got your new DJI Mavic Mini, let me go through with you some of the steps I was able to take to prepare it while still at home before you go out into the field for the very first time. And if you guys are new to my channel, my name is Aljan. I do a lot of drone tech tips, tutorials, and product reviews right here on this channel. So if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing and also hitting that bell to be notified when I post new videos. Now, if you've already flown a DJI product in the past, something like a Mavic Pro or a Phantom, this video is going to be nothing new for you, so feel free to skip this video. This video is really tailored for the new flyers, so if the DJI Mavic Mini might be your very first drone, I just wanted to go through with you in this two-part video of what to do while you're at home, how to prepare it and set it all up. And the second video is going to be what to do when you get out to the field. What are some best practices you're going to want to understand and know before you take your first flight. Now, the standard combo is just the remote control, the Mavic Mini, extra props, as well as the battery and charging cable. I got the FlytPath combo, which comes with a case, extra batteries, so 3 total, as well as a charging hub, and also this propeller cage right here. So depending on which one you got, let's just take everything out of the box and put it down onto your table. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is charge up your batteries. So if you bought the standard version, you're going to charge up your battery through the actual drone itself. Just put the battery straight in from the back. Make sure it's pressed in, close that door, and then you're gonna put the micro USB plug into the back of the Mavic Mini, and then plug this, of course, into the wall. And if you got the FlytPath combo, you can either do it that way, which is just still charge one battery at a time through the actual Mavic Mini itself, or you can use the battery charging hub here. You can place up to 3 batteries in, and once they're in there, you can actually see exactly what their charge level is. And you're gonna do the same thing. Plug in your micro USB to the side of the battery charging hub itself, and then plug this into the wall. And these will start charging up in sequential order based on which one needs the least amount of charge. So if you have something that's completely depleted compared to one that's, maybe 75% full, it'll start with the one that's 75% full, get that one finished first, and then move on to the next one. So the great thing about the FlytPath combo is that it comes with this battery hub as well as 3 batteries. If you bought the standard version, you're just gonna get the 1 battery and you're gonna charge it through the actual DJI Mavic Mini. Next, you're going to want to remove the gimbal as well as unfold the DJI Mavic Mini. Now, to remove the gimbal, it's pretty straightforward, but it's always something you want to be very slow about because of the fact it's a pretty fragile thing when you're dealing with the camera. Now, to remove the gimbal, all you have to do is place your thumb right underneath. There's a little slot here, and you're going to want to undo those bottom 2 hooks. Once you do that, you're able to then turn the gimbal just a little bit and unhook those 2 top hooks here. So there's 2 top hooks and then 2 bottom hooks. All you have to do is pop the bottom ones out first, tilt it, and then slide out the gimbal protector, which is then holding your camera in place during transit. Now, once that gimbal protector is removed, the first thing you do is fold out the arms. So you're gonna swing these out, and then the bottom, you're gonna swing those down. So if you're holding a drone like this, these go down and back around. And you're gonna unfold the Mavic Mini just like that. Now, next thing you wanna do is just inspect the drone. Now, I don't anticipate anything being that wrong with it, but at the same time, it also helps you familiarize yourself with the Mavic Mini. Look at the props. It actually does come with a little screwdriver. What I did when I first got it was take the screwdriver and just, lightly go through just to make sure that they were all in there, secure. I don't anticipate anything being wrong with it, but it's nice just to go through and look over exactly what are all the components on your Mavic Mini. Make sure there's nothing majorly, out of place with it, and do the same thing with the remote control. And the next thing you're gonna do is get a micro SD card for your DJI Mavic Mini. Now, when you purchased it, more than likely it didn't come with it unless you possibly purchased it on some package deal on Amazon or something like that where they might have included it. But the standard packages did not come with an SD card, so you're gonna need to pick one up. I'll make sure I leave all the information as far as what the SD cards that DJI recommends getting. I'll leave those down in the video description down below. So once you get your micro SD card, you're gonna wanna place it into the very back. There's a port right here, right next to the micro USB charging port that you would have used earlier. Take your micro SD card, put that straight in just like that, and then press and it'll spring and click in. And now you're gonna have storage for your videos and your photos right here on your SD card. Now, next thing you do is choose a device to use for your remote controller. Now, you can technically still fly the Mavic Mini without a device, but the only problem is you're not going to be able to see what the camera sees unless you hook up a device like your phone to it. Now, depending if you got an Android or an iOS device, either way, you're going to go into the App Store and download the latest DJI Fly app. Now, you're not going to use the DJI Go 4 app. That's actually going to be used for some of the other drones like the Phantom and the Mavic lineup. The new Mavic Mini uses a new app, which is called DJI Fly. Download that to your device. Now, one of the questions that comes up a lot is, do I need a cellular device in order for me to fly the Mavic Mini? Now, the answer is no, but the thing you will need is internet access to create your initial DJI profile. So once you download the app and install it and open it up for the first time, in order for you to actually have it working with your system, you need to create an online profile with DJI, and that's something that you will need cellular or Wi-Fi service in order for you to do that. Once that's created, then you can use any device, whether it be a cellular or a Wi-Fi device, out into the field. You don't have to have a cellular device in order for you to fly it. Now, to get your remote control ready, all you have to do is open up these bottom legs just like so. And underneath here, you're gonna find your sticks. Take those out and screw those on like so. Now, depending on which device you're using, whether it's an Android or an iOS device, you're gonna need to pick the right cord to use with it. It comes with 3 different cords. I'm using an iPhone 10, so you're gonna want to pick the one that has a micro USB plug on one side, which goes into the remote, and the other side will be a lightning port that's going to be used for my iPhone. Now, to install the phone into the remote, you're going to plug it into that cable first, and then once you plug it in there, you're going to slide the phone through that side holder and then sandwich it in with the other side and push those together, and then now your phone is installed onto your remote control. Now that everything is installed, the next thing you want to do is power everything on. You're going to power up the remote control first, and then you're going to power on the DJI Mavic Mini. The very bottom is where the power button is. Do the same sequence, press it once, and then press again and hold. Once it's powered on, you'll start seeing it go through a little warm up. The propellers will shift around a little bit. The camera will also move a little bit. Everything is just powering on. Now, once you come to the home screen of the Fly app, the next thing you want to do is check for updates. Now, more than likely on this app itself, it's going to show you on this home screen if there's any updates for your DJI remote, as well as your Mavic Mini. Now, in order for you to do these updates, you're going to need internet or Wi-Fi service. So, like I said before, these aren't things you're going to need once you're all set up. Once you're out into the field, you'll be good to go. But if you wanted to do something like create your profile, as well as do some updates on the firmware, you are going to need internet access for that. Now, once your firmware is all up to date, you're pretty much ready to go. What I would do now is just familiarize yourself with the app itself. Go through all of the menu systems like I've talked about in my previous video. If you guys haven't seen that video, I do a full app walkthrough. Make sure you guys check out that video here above, or I'll also link it down below in the video description. Now that we're all done with the basic setup here at home, let's pack this back up, put the gimbal cover back on, fold this up, and let's go outside and prepare for our very first flight. And that was just part 1 of 2 for the setup video. Make sure you guys watch part 2 now. We'll be talking about what to do, some best practice stuff for your very first flight. As always, if you guys got some value from my video, a big like would be much appreciated. And also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos. This is Ultra Stasio with FlytPath.com. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.